Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's is a little bit different and a little bit special because this is a video where I want to raise awareness about a couple of really amazing charities who are doing incredible work in the UK and also announce a little bit of a giveaway slash fundraiser I'm doing for those charities. So if you've been following me, like say over on Instagram, you might know that I take a lot of photos, and also back in April I went on holiday with my wonderful partner Kieran and we went to Vienna and obviously took a lot of photos I'm really proud of. Now in the past I've offered a few prints on my website on there for people to buy if they want to get them, frame themselves, everything like that, but this time I had some really special photos and I thought, what can I do with these to give back? And I have had 3 absolute beauties printed on the most beautiful paper as these special edition one-off prints. I have mounted them, I've framed them by hand, all of these prints are signed on the back. So I'm going to show you some of these. These are beautiful, complete one-off limited edition framed prints for you guys. The prints themselves are 8 by 12. They are, like I say, signed and dated on the back by me. They are framed and mounted by me. The prints themselves were printed by my wonderful sister, Sarah Jane, who is an absolute pro. And on the back you're also going to get like a little note saying like thank you and how much money you've helped raised for charity. But that's going to go on later. And there are 3 of them. There's this flower. There is this gorgeous bird. There we go. And there are also some jellyfish as well. And what I'm going to be doing is raffling off these 3 framed prints to absolutely anyone. They can go out to anywhere in the world, and the income that I get from all the raffle tickets, all of the raffle tickets, is going to go to 3 different charities. Each print is going to be supporting a different cause, so you can buy a ticket just for your favourite print or just to support a certain cause that you like if you want. Every raffle ticket is going to be available on my website for just £1 each. You can buy as many or as few as you want. And like I say, all of that money is going to go to a different charity. So the costs of printing, framing and posting have all been covered by me out of my own pocket. So all of the raffle ticket money is going to go to the charity. So if I sell 50 tickets, that charity gets £50. If I sell more, they get more. I'm not taking any personal cut to cover expenses, just to make that clear. I've kept the ticket price really low so that anyone who wants a chance to win in one of these is hopefully going to be able to enter at just £1 each. But if you want more chances, more entries, you can absolutely do that as well. That's absolutely fine. There's no limit on how many or how few you can buy. I'm going to be giving you a full month to enter this, so the last chance to buy a raffle ticket will be at midnight British summertime on the 16th of July 2024. After that, I'm going to take every single ticket bought, assign it a number. Obviously, if you bought more than 1 ticket, you get more than 1 number, and then use a random number generator to pick a winner for each one, and they will get their print. And I'll be shipping each of these prints out to you wonderful people. I will be announcing that winner on my community tab here on YouTube, probably around the 18th or so of July. So if you want to get involved, that is absolutely amazing. I know I've kind of been throwing a lot of information at you there. But first I want to tell you a little bit about each of these prints that you could win and also the charities that they're going to be supporting. So first up is this gorgeous jellyfish print right here. I'm trying to show you. There we go. I should say the size of the prints themselves are 8 by 12. The frames are big A3 prints. So these are chunky boys. They're quite big. So if you buy a raffle ticket for a chance to win this framed photo of jellyfish, then you'll be supporting one of my favourite charities, which is Forward. Forward are an absolutely amazing charity who work to end violence against women and girls around the world, with a particular focus on potential victims and survivors of FGM and child marriage. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that this is a cause I feel really strongly about. I try to talk about it as much as I can to raise awareness about it, and in this case I want to give a little bit of money back if I can. So despite what a lot of people wrongly believe, FGM, or female genital mutilation, or female genital cutting as some prefer to call it, is a problem in every single country in the world without exception. Every year around the world, at least 3 million girls, usually between the ages of 4 and 16, get their genitals cut and mutilated without their consent. There are currently estimated to be between 130 and 200 million women and girls around the world living with the consequences of this horrific procedure. It's illegal in some, but not all countries, and even where it is illegal, this doesn't stop it happening. Now, this doesn't just happen to one type of person or in one type of culture. FGM happens across different countries, cultures, beliefs, and religions, usually in the name of policing bodies of those with the vaginas as early as possible. Hiba Wardare, FGM survivor and author of the book Cut, Woman's Fight Against FGM in Britain Today, wrote of being told by her mother before it was forcibly done to her, "I was cut, your grandmother was cut, and every mother before her, and your children will be cut too. We are a family of girls who are known for our virginity. We are clean, and that means we can marry well, and you will stay pure until you get married to your husband." It is an absolutely barbaric procedure, and it needs to stop. If you want to find a little bit more about the issue, then please check out these 2 videos of mine that I have on screen right now. They'll also be linked in the video description. But to summarise, these are barbaric procedures, usually carried out on children for absolutely no good reason. They are always painful, they are often carried out in unsanitary conditions, and they always lead to health complications, usually lifelong health complications. Hiba wrote of her own experience when she was just 6 years old. She lifted up that dirty razor, the one that still had the dry brown residue of others' blood clinging to it, like filthy reminders of her previous work, and she cut straight through my flesh. The pain shot through me like a bullet. I felt as if someone had taken me and dropped me in bright orange molten lava. From head to toe, the pain burned, searing the backs of my eyes and exploding in my brain. And like I say, this isn't the only threat to women and girls around the world. According to the UNICEF Child Marriage Database, every single year, 12 million girls are married before the age of 18, again, usually without their consent, all around the world. More than 650 million worldwide who are alive today were married off before they were 18, even though it wasn't their choice and they've had to suffer as a consequence of it. There are countries around the world where divorce is illegal, where domestic violence is legal and the norm, where women are treated as little more than property. Forward is a charity that wants to help stop all of this. Not only do they believe in supporting individual survivors in their communities, but they help train more healthcare, education, and social service providers. They provide advice to policymakers and government advisors about how they can help, and so much more. The work they do is incredible. You can find out more about them at their website, which again is linked in the video description. And if this is a cause you care about, you can donate directly to them. I would recommend that. They are wonderful. Otherwise, if you want to buy a £1 raffle ticket for a chance to win this print, like I say, 100% of that money is going to be donated to Forward. And I'm more than happy to give you, I don't know, screenshots and receipts and stuff showing this is how many were bought, this is how much is donated. That's absolutely fine. As for the print itself, if you want to find out a little bit more about this, so all of the photos are printed on this absolutely stunning titanium luster paper. My sister found this out special just to print these prints. These really are a one-off. I don't even have copies like this myself, so these are something really, really special and unique, and I'm really, really proud of how they've turned out because they are stunning. But this photo was taken, like I say, in Vienna at Schönbrunn Zoo. And that is a zoo in Schönbrunn Palace, and it is the oldest zoo in the world. I absolutely adore jellyfish. I find them absolutely captivating, and these ones in particular, I could have just stood there and watched them for hours. They were so, so beautiful. There's just something so enchanting about them, and watching them kind of dance around the tanks with each other and through the water. They're so graceful. They're so unique and so unlike any other animals. They're almost alien-like in the way they behave, and I absolutely adore that. I think they're so, so stunning. This print in particular is one of my favourite photos I've ever taken because it captures the kind of busyness of the scene, but also the serenity and the grace and the beauty and the fluid motions of the jellyfish. You can see all the beautiful colours and textures that they have in them. They're not just these plain bright blobs. They really have a lot going on, and you can really see this in this print, and I absolutely love it so much. So yeah, if you want a chance to win this print, I'm more than happy to send it out anywhere in the world, and your money will be going to support Forward. Now, while Forward are fighting against issues which thankfully have never affected me, but are still ones I really, really care about, this next charity that I want to support is one that hits a little bit closer to home, and especially if you've seen 2 of my last 3 videos, you'll know this is a topic I feel really strongly about. I myself am a survivor. If you want a chance to win this beautiful, beautiful print of a gorgeous bird, I'm hoping you can kind of see the details. There we go. then all the money from the raffle tickets for this will be going to Refuge. Now, you might have heard of Refuge before because I donated a few £100 to them of ad revenue back from a video I made on Bethany Beale's singles course. I don't know, a few months back, I think it was this year, I can't remember. Hi, gorgeous girl, come say hi. Hello. Now, Refuge are absolutely amazing. Oh, Kubi's here to snort. Refuge help victims of domestic violence, especially women and children. But, of course, they also help men too, because men can be and are victims. They help victims flee from abusive relationships as safely as possible and can help people find housing and support. They can offer legal support and advice. They help protect children, and they also help educate people and train professionals on what domestic violence is, how to see the signs, and how to help those in need. Now, as I've sadly said quite a bit recently, I myself am a survivor. And sadly, I think quite a few of you who have been around a while will have seen what that did to me, especially when I finally left him and I was completely helpless, crying my eyes out and begging for help after my ex started sending me death threats. I genuinely thought he was going to kill me after I left him, and one of the things the police did to help me was recommend Refuge to me for help. Now, I was lucky that I didn't personally need them because my friends and family at the time really rallied around me and they were a wonderful source of support. But sadly, not everyone has that. And that's where charities like Refuge come in. They literally save people's lives. Once again, if this is a charity that you want to find out a little bit more about for yourself or donate to directly, then I will leave a link down in the video description. But if you'd like to buy a £1 raffle ticket to win this gorgeous little print, then like I say, 100% of that money will be going to Refuge. To tell you a little bit about this print, this is of a swift parrot, and again this was taken in Schönbrunn Zoo in Vienna, and I love him because he's got his little paw, not his little paw, but like his little foot, he's holding it up, he's got his little plant, he's having a little nib nib, he's so cute. Oh, I love him. I love this print so much. And this one's really cute because these guys actually eat nectar, and that is what he's doing here. He's holding some little flowers and he's eating the nectar within them. You guys might know that I absolutely adore birds so much, and I was originally photographing this guy because I actually had plans to draw him because I also love drawing and painting birds as well. But I just love how this photo turned out in its own right. I didn't expect it to be this good, but it's actually one of my favourites that I've ever taken of a bird. It's just he's got so much character, he's so cheeky, he's so beautiful, the colours are gorgeous. I love it so much. Now, if you don't know swift parrots, they're really, really interesting. They are mostly found in Australia in the wild, and they're a really, really important part of the ecosystem because, like I said, they eat a lot of nectar. And as they do this, they end up with their beaks, their tongues, their entire faces just covered in pollen, and then they move on to another plant to go eat over there, and the pollen gets spread, and they help pollinate these plants. They keep these plants growing and reproducing. They keep the ecosystems in balance. They're pretty damn amazing in their own right, and they're absolutely beautiful. And like I say, I just love his little pose, I love his little facial expression. I love everything about this photo, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and hopefully we can give back a little bit to Refuge as well. Now, the final print I have is another one of my favourites, and this one's a little bit different because this is the only one of a plant that I'm offering. But this gorgeous little guy here is going to be raffled off to support a slightly lesser known charity, but one which does absolutely incredible work and I think deserves a little bit more recognition. That charity is called AKT, although they were formerly known as the Albert Kennedy Trust, and they support LGBTQ+ people between the ages of 16 and 25 who are at risk of or currently facing homelessness because of discrimination, especially from family members. This is a huge, huge problem which I don't think is talked about enough. In the UK today, 24% of all homeless people identify as LGBTQ+, and a lot of them are homeless because they have been kicked out by their families or had to escape prejudice and violence because of their identity, either their sexual identity or their gender identity. AKT are an amazing charity who provides support to them and those who are currently facing violence or a hostile environment at home, or who are at risk of being made homeless if they are outed. AKT provide young LGBTQ+ people with emergency housing and support, financial support, financial support to find long-term housing, they help people access benefits and social care, they also help provide access to mental health support and so much more. One of the big projects that they have ongoing at the minute is called the Trans Pathway Project. It's amazing. At the minute it's just centred in Greater Manchester, but they hope they can extend it out to other cities around the UK in time. So 1 in 4 trans people in the UK have experienced homelessness at some point in their lives, and that is a terrifyingly large number that we need to do something about. Trans and non-binary people also tend to face extra problems if they're made homeless because they don't have access to certain shelters, they face prejudice from staff or other residents, they can even have major issues with getting things like official ID or being recognised by IT systems for benefits or social care if they've changed their name, for example. So they're particularly at risk. AKT point out that the experiences of exclusion are intensified for those who are multiply marginalised, such as trans and intersex people of colour, trans women, refugees and asylum seekers, and disabled trans plus people. So the Trans Pathway Project want to make sure that all services are as inclusive as possible. They also offer advice to individuals so they know their rights and their options, and they try to ensure that all trans people have access to safe housing. The project manager of that particular project says that taking a holistic approach to trans housing through casework, advocacy and empowering young people, the trans pathway is unique but meets a need which is sadly widespread. And I just think that is such a wonderful cause that I want to help support. So again, if you'd like to find out more about that charity or make a donation directly to them, I will leave a link in the video description. I really recommend it. The work they do is not as well known as the other 2 charities, but it is just as important. Isn't it cute there? Yes. Or if you'd like to support them by buying a raffle ticket to win this gorgeous little print, then you can absolutely do that as well. Again, 100% of those raffle ticket money, that raffle ticket money, there we go, is going to go to AKT. You be fair, you want to go to bed, don't you, baby? Are you grumbling? Are you grumbling? Go on, give me 10 minutes. You can have a lie down. Good girl. Love you. So this particular print is again one of my favourites that I took on that holiday, and it is an iris that I saw growing at the University Botanical Gardens in Vienna. Now, you might know that irises have always had a little bit of a special place in my heart because my maternal grandmother was called Iris, so it feels like a nice little way to honour her too, because I'm sure this is a cause that she would have supported and loved too. I was worried at first that this photo was a little bit too simple and I wasn't sure about picking it. I was like, I don't know if it's special enough, it's just a flower, isn't it? But honestly, my eye just kept getting drawn back to it, and honestly, I love it so much. It's one of my favourite photos I've ever taken. That bright, bold contrast between these purpley pink petals and then the yellowy green background, I just think that's stunning. It's eye-catching, it draws your attention, you've got little bits of yellow on the petals as well. You can see all the tiny detail. Oh, I love it. You can see the texture on the petals, almost like the little veins that they have. There is a hell of a lot of detail going on with this flower, but then the background is so simple and soft and subtle, and it's just, I love it. I'm really, really proud of this photo and how it turned out. It's simple, but it's gorgeous. So yeah, if you'd like a chance to win this print, then your money will be going to support AKT and help LGBTQ+ teens and young adults who are at risk of or currently homeless. So yeah, I think that is about it. In summary, all raffle tickets are £1 each and offer you a chance to win one of 3 specific prints. You can buy as many or as few raffle tickets as you want. The more raffle tickets, the more chances you have of winning, and the more money is donated to each charity. On my website, when you buy a ticket, you will be asked to fill out your name and address, but please know that that will only be used or even looked at by me if you're selected as the winner, just so I can send you the print. Obviously, if you don't win, I'm not going to look at it. It's obviously not going to be shared anywhere. Your information is completely safe and private, don't worry. As a reminder, the income generated from raffling off this print will be going to Forward. The income generated from raffling off this print will be going to Refuge, and the income generated from raffling this print will be going to AKT. Once again, I'd just like to clarify, I'm not making any money from this myself. All costs like printing, framing and postage are coming out of my own pocket, and they will. I'm not going to be taking anything back to cover those costs. They are gone, they are done. That is my gift. I don't know if you call it that, but you know what I mean. I'm not making any money from this at all. If there is a little bit of demand after this for more prints, like you'd like to get some of these yourself, I'll probably offer some smaller sizes on regular non-fancy paper and non-framed prints on my website to buy if you want, but only if there's demand, not necessarily. But they're not going to be like these. These are really, really special, one-off, not going to make anything like them ever again kinds of prints, you know? I don't know, I just wanted to create something special to give back to both my viewers and some amazing charities that I think do wonderful work, and hopefully raise a little bit of awareness for some wonderful and also raise a little bit of awareness for some wonderful causes in the protest. Sorry if you can hear Kyra snoring in the background. It is, what, 11 at night, and she is very tired. She wants to go to bed. She's grumpy. She's sighing at me. I'm sorry. So yeah, sorry, I know this wasn't a normal video. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen if you have. Even if you don't want to or can't afford to get involved with a raffle ticket, then I hope at least you've learnt something about some amazing charities doing some amazing work. And if you can't or don't want to buy a raffle ticket yourself, then it would just help if you maybe want to share this video around, raise a little bit of awareness, and maybe, you know, other people can get involved if they want to or can. That would be great. So yeah, if you can, please get involved, and let's help survivors and those at risk of FGM, child marriage, domestic violence, and LGBTQ teens and youths who could be or are facing homelessness. I think there's some really wonderful causes. We can really make a difference with this if we all kind of pull together, and I hope we do. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Maybe I'll just sell like 10 tickets and it won't be much, but it'll be something. Maybe it'll be a lot more. I don't know. But either way, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I really, really hope we can raise some good money for these great causes. And yeah, thank you for watching today. Thank you for everything. And I will see you guys again soon.